Alright, here is a flip through of an anniversary journal card gift that I made for my daughter. And I just love this style. And she loves tea, so I went through all my papers and picked out things that I knew she loved. So it says, tea is always a good idea. Put the cardstock. This little sentiment came out of the 12 by 12 paper pack. I had a doily and I just inked it up with the distress ink. The little flap, I just glued another piece of cardstock onto the outside, punched a hole and put an eyelet, and then just used this baker's twine to wrap around it. And I'm just using up my papers and just coordinating them. So pretty, and I thought this really looked really pretty. And right here, I just made a 1/2 inch gusset here so that it closes, because this is fat, so then it expands, and then this just folds over really, really nice. So this extra little piece here is perfect for that. Now it has 2 pockets, one on either end, and they love coffee, and I asked her one time what she was passionate about, and she said coffee. So I had this retired Stampin' Up! Paper that's in a coffee theme, and so I just decorated it. So I made a his and her, so I put his initial on this one so they know whose journal is whose. And I could have put his and hers or something like that, but I liked this idea. So this is just a brad, and then I punched out this scallop here, punched out this, cut this out, hand stamped that. This was just leftover thread from when I was sewing. This vintage trim here, I just glued this on because of the ornate texture. I didn't want to sew it, but gluing is perfectly fine. And then to make this little mini journal, I used some of my tea-dyed papers that I make myself. And this one, instead of dipping the paper in, I just took the tea bag and blotted it all over the paper. And so it gives it a mottled, I think is what they call that look. And this paper was double-sided, so I really like that. So I used alternating plain and then the tea-dyed papers, and I gave them like 10 to 14 pages each, and so there's plenty of room, really nice size. And this one here is 5 by 5.5, so a really nice, perfect size actually. So he can keep this at his desk and use it for note-taking, whatever he wants to write down in here. So this, I think, just turned out perfect. And I loved just the coffee-stained look image for a masculine look. And then I love, this is how I make my signatures. I love to do this. So I just take and open it up to the center, and I go right to my sewing machine, and I stitch it right down the middle. Perfect, easy, and it gives it a beautiful look. So that one was his. And then hers was more of all of the teacups and coffee pots and French press pot and just all different types of containers for serving, making, and enjoying drinking. So I did the same thing here with the same trim. Did the same little embellishment here with her initial. And what I did on this was again just some thread left over from machine work that I've done. And I tied little knots down the sides of the thread. I thought that was a really cute touch. And then this is a double-sided paper as well. And this is one of the papers that I use to make my wallets out of. And that turns out so beautiful. And again, I did the same thing with this one, the papers, and then the signature is just stitched straight down the middle. So it's so wonderful, so cute, and these are really a nice gift idea to use for any occasion. And then I just slipped a little e-card right here in the middle of that. Now these are 2 pockets that I've made here in the center, and then I made 2 cute little hidden paper clips. So one on his side and one on her side. So I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to put in the pockets. And then now this was a printout from one of Etsy shops, and it says, "God is my provider and my protector down to the end." And then this was another little sticker that I had gotten from another Etsy seller. It says, "Best life ever." So, you know, you can embellish this. This is just a gift I'm giving to someone. I'm not selling it. So I can put whatever I want to put in here that I've purchased, because that's exactly when it's for your personal use. That's what you're allowed to do. And what else? So I'm trying to figure out, okay, this little paper clip here, this is something I purchased at the store years ago, and it just has these little metal initials at the top. So I put another one here with her initial on it. So here's a pocket here, and here's a pocket here. So this back pocket is 4.5 inches deep, and the little front shorter pocket is 2.5 inches deep, and then it is 3 inches wide. So I'm still trying to figure out what am I going to put in here. Before, when I've made these, what I did was I just took a piece of cardstock like this, something that was in the, you know, coordinating pattern that I was already using, and then I just made more little mini journals. This is what I did. So what I do is I take this, I round the corners, because I find this is something interesting. When you leave the corners sharp like this, it's hard to get it in and out. But if you round the corners with your corner rounder puncher, it will just smoothly go in and out of the pockets. So then what I do, let me see if I can find a piece of paper here to show you really quickly what I do. Yes, okay, right here. All right, so then what all I do is take the papers, and you just see how it's folded right here. You don't have to even have them folded. And I just make another little stack, and then I just staple this, or again, just sew it on the sewing machine, and then put that in the pocket just to give them more little places. You know, sometimes you just need to write a little something down. You don't need a whole big paper pad. And so if you can just write a little something, so that's what I do. So that's what I was thinking I would go ahead and do in one pocket, but that's 4 pockets still that I need to fill. Today's their anniversary. I already called and wished them happy anniversary. We're going to be taking their gifts over to them later. But I'm still trying to figure out what am I going to put into those 4 pockets. And again, I left it like, well, maybe I don't need to put anything in it and just leave it and let her do it. So I'm toying with that idea as well. But since I already have the 2 journals here, but you know how we are. We crafters, we can't leave something that has a pocket left undone. And I know, you have to know the person also. So little tags she wouldn't like. She wouldn't use, she wouldn't care about that. So that's why it has to be something useful like this. So that's why I'm leaning toward just making more little miniature things like this. But if you would like me to make you one of these for your special occasion, then just head on over to my Etsy shop, and you can place a custom order for the theme. And I don't have these actually listed in my shop, but if you want to place a custom order, then I will make the listing for these. And my journals, I have ready-made journals, and I have custom order journals in 2 sizes now. And so you can see those in my shop as well. But anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you, and hope you enjoyed this little flip through here. And it's just a beautiful gift to make for someone for any occasion that you know that they would enjoy and love. And then you get to have the enjoyment of figuring out what you're going to put in the pockets. Okay, so thank you for being here. Keep creating in the sunshine. Bye-bye.